Okay, guys, this is Kelly from Hills, Deals, and Wheels Mobile Home Investing Course, and today we're going to be talking about, do you have to be a real estate agent in order to be in the mobile home business? And the answer is no. However, if you're a realtor, depending upon what state you're doing business in, guys, sometimes there is a cap on how many mobile homes that you're allowed to assist somebody in selling or in buying. There is a cap on that, so you have to figure out what that cap is. I can't sit up here on this video and talk about all states, okay? So you're going to have to do a Google search on that, okay? So I am licensed in the state of Texas in order to help somebody sell a mobile home, in order to assist somebody in buying a mobile home. You do not need a license if you're wholesaling mobile homes, regardless of what state you're in. And the main reason why you don't need a license, guys, is because the paperwork does not go anywhere when you are getting a seller under contract and then you turn around and getting a buyer under contract. That paperwork doesn't go anywhere. So you don't have to worry about being licensed in any state if you are wholesaling. Now, the problem comes in is if you're trying to buy and hold a mobile home. That's when the problem comes in, because your name is going to go to the state. Buying a mobile home and then turn around and holding it, that's when the problem will come in. Now, depending upon what state you're trying to do business in, guys, and that's a quick Google search, you're going to figure out how many mobile homes can you buy before you need a license. Okay, in the state of Texas, you can only buy one mobile home. Now, if you think the state is not looking, guys, I will be very, very careful with that, because you can be fined if they find out that you are buying and holding mobile homes. So you have to be very, very careful with that. Now, taking the test, guys. Now, when you take the test in the state of Texas, guys, you take a class, and then after the class, you go ahead and take a test, and the test is open book. The test is not open book in every state, and I know for a fact it's not open book in the state of California, okay? Some people don't even require you to take a class. All they do is require you to pay a fee, and then boom, you are licensed, okay? My license, I have a RBI, so I hold 3 licenses. I am a retailer, broker, and installer. And basically, in a nutshell, with a retailer's license, that allows me the ability to help somebody sell a mobile home or help somebody buy a mobile home. That's basically what a retailer's license consists of. Now, with the broker's license, that's kind of a tricky one. With a broker's license, how that comes into play is, let's just say hypothetically somebody's trying to sell their mobile home for $20,000, and then I go in and I say, hey, I want to help you sell your mobile home, and they tell me, hey, Kelly, I want $20,000 for my mobile home, and you're not going to make any more than $5,000 off of this deal. Okay, so we go and we find us a buyer, and we tell the buyer we want $20,000 for the mobile home. And then what's going to happen is I'm only going to get $5,000 of the $20,000 that the seller originally wanted. So the seller is going to get $15,000, and I'm going to get $5,000. Or let's just say the seller said they wanted $20,000 for their mobile home, and they wanted $20,000 in their pocket. I can go around and sell the mobile home maybe for $22,000, okay? And so I would get $2,000, and then the seller would get $20,000 when we close the deal, okay? So that's how brokering the deal works. We all know ahead of time how much I'm going to be making, okay? That's what we call brokering the deal, okay? A lot of times the seller does not know the terminology, but that's what it is. When they tell you, hey, you only going to be making X amount of dollars, and then that's all you're going to make, and you know ahead of time. But let's just say the seller is trying to sell the mobile home for $20,000, and they tell me, Kelly, you're only going to make $5,000 off the deal. And what happens if I find a buyer who's willing to pay $30,000 for that deal? What happens is that the seller is going to get $25,000, and I'm going to still get the $5,000 that me and the seller had agreed upon. Okay, so that is called brokering the deal. Now, installing the deal, guys, what happens when you have an installer's license, and you don't necessarily have to have all 3 in the state of Texas. So an installer's license basically means that I have assisted someone in installing a mobile home, okay? And I don't know why I have all 3 licenses, but I do. It's not necessary to have all 3 licenses. If I were you, if you're serious about being in this business, you can get a retailer's broker's and installer's license, okay? But the big thing about having an installer's license, guys, I am able to broker an installation of a mobile home. And what do I mean by that? Like if I know somebody who needs a mobile home installed and I know an installer, I can broker that deal. I can make money off of that deal. That's how that works. So yes, I do have all 3 licenses. Guys, my brother will be the first to tell you he doesn't have any license and he's not interested in having any license, nor does he need to have a license. So I would highly recommend that you wholesale first before you get out there and try to get your license, because guys, this is not free, okay? Taking the test and taking the class, that doesn't cost a whole lot of money. But when you're talking about your surety bond and when you're talking about applying for the application in order to get your license, then that extra added expense is going to come in. So be very, very careful with that. So my recommendation is not to get your license right out the gate. Go ahead and be a wholesaler at first to figure out if this is the business that you want to be in. Okay, so this is Kelly from Hills Deals and Wills Mobile Home Investing Course. And no, you don't have to be a real estate agent in order to be a mobile home investor.